building an integrated online marketing plan. In the previous module, we saw how not all social media is perceived the same way. Different social media enables you to present a message more clearly than other social media. And this is why we can't take the same message across all social media. I see a lot of this because it seems like companies are confused as to how to use Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Many times when we evaluate a company's social media efforts, what we see is they will enable a tweet to be seen on Facebook and LinkedIn. And the problem is that Facebook and LinkedIn don't utilize hashtags. They don't utilize the @user that Twitter does. They don't utilize a retweet instruction. And Facebook and LinkedIn don't have character limits like Twitter does. Twitter has 140 characters. Facebook and LinkedIn allow you to have more characters and also to include images, links, video. There are many more ways that you can interact with people through Facebook and LinkedIn than on Twitter. And so using all three of these channels to communicate the exact same message causes confusion. We have to ask the primary question, who is each medium best at reaching? You see, LinkedIn is a different audience than Twitter. Facebook is a different audience than Twitter. Can we better utilize each of these mediums to reach the right audience? See, the problem is we see our instructions. We see retailers telling us to share a link, to share that we just bought a rice cooker on Amazon.com. But is that really how people communicate? Just because the instructions are there, just because retailers or publishers are asking you to retweet or share or send all of this information around, doesn't mean that that's the right thing to do or the best thing for you and your reputation. You see, we've got to get back to understanding what is normal human behavior? What is conversation? Because people respond to genuine conversation. They don't respond to announcements, pronouncements. They don't respond to people and companies just broadcasting out information. If you want people to interact with you on Facebook, conversation is the key. Asking them questions about their opinions and what they believe, then people will respond to you. You see, when we ask people to like us on Facebook, but they haven't even done business with us, that's backwards. People like companies that they've done business with, that they had a good experience with, and that they will place their own personal reputation on in recommending it to their friends. And so telling people to like you on Facebook without ever having done business with them is approaching them backwards. Especially for a B2B business, you want to do business with people. You want to get that lead, and you want them to see the recommendations of people that you've done business with. And so we need to get this aligned correctly in our business and in our marketing. That we need to market to people first. We need to get their interest and get their lead. And after we have performed our service the way we said we would do it, and we've provided great customer service, then getting the like will happen very easily. But we can't expect people to like us if they've never done business with us. We don't recommend products and services to friends where we don't know the product or service. You see, an example of mixing mediums or giving the wrong message at the wrong time can really damage a company. I do a lot of traveling, and so I use the Park and Fly service at my local airport. In my emails, I find that they're social. However, what they're asking me to do is follow them on Instagram. Now, it's interesting because Instagram is a photo sharing service for social media. Now, I don't understand how a parking lot or a parking service will use Instagram. And telling me that they're social because they're on Instagram doesn't really make sense. You see, as a customer of this company, what do I expect my customer experience to be with them? I expect that I can park my car there and get to the airport quickly, and that my car will be safe when I leave it there for more than a few days. I expect that when I return, they will pick me up promptly, drop me off at my car, and then I will be able to leave and get back home safely. That's what I expect. It's a parking service. What am I expecting then when you tell me you're social and you're on Instagram? Well, I went to go see what exactly Park and Fly was doing on Instagram. And what I saw was that they aren't really doing anything. You see, they're advertising that they're on Instagram. They're advertising that they're social. But I find that there is a faceless default setting to their Instagram account. I don't know who it is. They're not even branding on there. And then I find that there are only 4 photos, 5 followers, and they're only following 2 people. That's not very social. And see, companies feel this need to use all the social media at their disposal without asking, does this fit our narrative, and is this the best means of communicating to our customers? As a parking lot near an airport, is Instagram the best means available to communicate the most effectively to your customers? In this case, I would say they're not using it effectively, and it's probably not the best use of their time or efforts to communicate to their audience. And so in order to develop your medium, you have to treat all these social media or all of these marketing channels differently. And the message has to be unique to the medium. You have to show your value in each medium, communicating to your customers and to your prospects in the way they want to be communicated to through those mediums. They have to be unique to the audience. You have to show your value through each medium because you're going to hit a different group of customers through each media. And so understand your message and how it will be effectively communicated through each. And here's how we're going to develop an understanding of the media as we go on through the rest of this course. We're going to break it down in first tier media. By first tier, I'm going to put blogs, email, your search campaigns, and video marketing. Now, the reason I put that into a first tier media is that it has the highest level of ownership and control by you and your company. You have a direct influence on what is written on blogs, your emails, your search engine optimization campaign, and the production of video. You own these. These are yours. They are in your realm of ownership, and you have a direct influence on the information that goes out on your company blog, that goes out to your customer emails, how you optimize your site, and the production of the video. And it's also republishable. People can take your video and republish it on their Facebook or on their blog. People can republish your email by sending it on to a friend. People can copy the information from your blog and send a link back to your site when they cite you or use their information. Now, second tier media is where I place Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, a lot of the social networking type of sites. The reason why I put that in second tier is because it's a very low level of ownership. You see, information you post to Facebook belongs to Facebook. If you post it to LinkedIn, it belongs to LinkedIn. It's a very low level of ownership and control. Your Twitter stream, you can tweet whatever you want, but ultimately that stream is out in space and it belongs to Twitter. It's more of a secondary influence because you're pushing content to a central repository that is not hosted by you. The third tier of media is where I put sites like Pinterest, Instagram, Flickr, more places that host images and allow people to interact, but people can interact with those things without ever knowing that they belong to you in the first place. And so I'm going to cover each one of these media, but we're going to cover them in terms of ownership and control. So the first tier has the highest level of ownership and control. Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn has a lower level of ownership and control. The third tier has the least amount of ownership and control. And we're going to go through each of these media and show how they can be most effectively used and also the downside of each of these media so that you can understand which one has the highest potential for you to communicate to the right audience, the right message at the right time.